What's going on? You thinking of making a move to Michigan or Metro Detroit, but don't know what county you want to move to? Well, this video is for you. I'll be making a video about my top 5 favorite cities in Oakland County, and I'll give you a bonus pick at the end. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Ed Butler. I'm a local realtor and I talk about everything there is to know about living, working, eating, sleeping, and playing in Metro Detroit. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos I put out. I'm also a full-time realtor, so if you're looking to make a move within the state of Michigan or to the state of Michigan, feel free to reach out. I'd love to have your back on your home buying or selling journey. Now with that, let's hop into the video. So in creating this list, I didn't want to just go off of a list that was pre-made that everybody says. I kind of wanted to take in a little bit of my own personal accounts in these different cities and tell you what I kind of felt. So with that, I'll start off at number 5, and that's gonna be the big B, Birmingham, Michigan. Birmingham has about a population of about 21,000 people and is located kind of centralized to everything. And it'll be right in the middle of Beverly Hills, Clawson, Bloomfield Hills, and Troy. And it's only probably about 15 to 20 minutes of downtown Detroit. One of the biggest draws to Birmingham is their great school system and their really amazing downtown. It's very centrally located and very walkable. Lots of nice restaurants and bars and things like that for you to enjoy, but for an upper scale, a little more mature crowd. I can remember growing up and just thinking that Birmingham was like unlike any other city in all of Metro Detroit, and it still kind of feels like that today, just because there feels like in Birmingham it's just a little bit higher tier than the rest of Metro Detroit. And in that brings us to our price. Average price point, or the median price point in Birmingham, it's gonna be right around $538,000. Probably skews a little bit higher than this, but that's the median, including condos, all that type of stuff. And then the median rent value is right around $2,600 a month. All right, moving on to our number 4 pick, and that's gonna be Troy, Michigan. This is definitely one of my favorites on the list, is because it's kind of a place aspirationally that I've always looked at from afar growing up here. This is actually going to be our biggest city on our list, coming in at 84,000 people living in the city limit. You're also surrounded by Bloomfield, Sterling Heights, Clawson, and then Rochester to the north. Troy, Michigan has some nationally recognized schools. There's some debate on what's the best school district in Michigan. In my opinion, I think Troy's right up there with the best of them, maybe if not one, 2, or 3, you know. Then also you have, world-class shopping with the Somerset Mall up there, and then dining, all the restaurants along Big Beaver. So a lot of times, if you don't want to go downtown Detroit, but you want like a world-class high-end restaurant, then Troy, Michigan is probably where you're gonna end up going. And then like I alluded to earlier, for me, I mean, this is kind of where I've always said I wanted to move my family to eventually, just because of the community, the schools, and it seems like a really great place to raise a family. And to live in Troy, the average or median price point is gonna be right around $320,000. And then the average lease is gonna be about $2,200 a month. All right, moving on up the list to number 3, which probably many people think should be a lot higher on this list, but for me, this is just kind of where it falls. And that's gonna be Bloomfield Township. Bloomfield Township has a population of about 42,000, and it's kind of located really differently. It's like forms a big blanket surrounding Bloomfield Hills, and that's kind of where it is. But surrounding it is gonna be West Bloomfield, Pontiac to the north, Bloomfield Hills, of course, and then Troy. So Bloomfield Township is there. I mean, there's a lot to draw there. They have great restaurants too, really good schools. There's lakes everywhere, and you're close to all the other Bloomfields. And then you also kind of get this looped in to say, hey, I have a Bloomfield address, which has its own type of prestige in itself. Because I can remember growing up that any type of kid you came across, maybe you're playing sports or something like that, you said they were from Bloomfield, you're like, oh, this kid's got some money. And if we're talking about price point, so the median price point in Bloomfield Township is right around $445,000, and then your average rent price is right around $2,500 a month. All right, moving on up the list. And also, if you're getting any type of value or you like anything that you're hearing, make sure you go ahead and drop a like for me. It goes a long way to boosting the video and helping other people see it. So moving along, less centrally located, we got Rochester, and that's gonna be kind of up north. and that's gonna be surrounded by Oakland Township, Auburn Hills, Troy, Michigan again, and then Shelby Township. And it has a population of right about 74,000 people. Fun fact, Rochester was actually once named a top 10 place in the country to raise a family by Time magazine. The median price point in Rochester is around $330,000. I think it skews a little bit higher than that for what you probably would want, but that's what the numbers say. And then the rental value per month is on median, on average, right around $2,400 a month. But yeah, definitely big draws in Rochester. You got a ton of great parks out there, a lot of things to do in the summer. It feels like they're always doing something, creative or fun for whatever your family may look like to go out there and do. They have a ton of parks that we go to, like the Rochester Municipal Park. We sometimes find ourselves at one of the big parks in Rochester every weekend in the summer. All right, last but not least, number 1 on the list, and that's gonna be Royal Oak, Michigan. Coming in at a population of 59,000, Royal Oak is kind of centrally located to everything like for real. So you're smack dab in the middle of Ferndale, Clawson, Berkeley, and Madison Heights. And you're probably only a true 15 minutes away from downtown Detroit, or 5 minutes away from the city limits of Detroit. People love the draw of Royal Oak just because it's a very young, vibrant city with an amazing downtown, lots of restaurants, lots of bars, lots of walkability for sure, no matter where you are within the city. And it just feels like a very good community feel. I'm actually recording this video from Royal Oak right now because that's where our main office is. And I mean, we're smack dab in the heart of it. I mean, people are walking past the windows as I'm recording. It's just a lot going on all the time. If that's something you're looking for, it's a great place. And the median price point for a home in Royal Oak is gonna be right around $236,000. And with the average rent, right around $1,500, $1,600 a month. So I'm a little biased, but Royal Oak, great place to be, and it's my number 1. And as a bonus that I promised you, I'll give a bonus number 6 pick. That's gonna be Ferndale, Michigan. And if you wanna hear a breakdown about this one, check out this video up above, because I broke Ferndale, Michigan down and why it's a really great place, and a lot more about it, way more than I could fit in this video. So I made a whole video about that one, so check that one out. And as always, if you like this video and you wanna learn more about Detroit or Metro Detroit, make sure you hit the subscribe button, tap the like button too, because it really helps me out. Making a move to Metro Detroit or within Metro Detroit, feel free to reach out. All my information is down below. I love to have your back on your home buying or selling journey. With that, I catch you on the next one.